Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm aware I'm late to the party, and most people are hyped about another GTA game these days, but better late than never, right? I've been gaming for a few years now, and I finally built up the courage to start a YouTube channel. I have experience in playing many online games, but GTA is by far my favorite, so this is where I'm starting. The protagonists and the main story of GTA Online are all unique in their own way. With this video, I want to rank them after my first playthrough of the game. So, number 3 is Trevor. Where do I start with Trevor? Oh, he is a total mess and by far the most annoying character of the 3 protagonists. The only thing that didn't stop me from choosing the mission to get rid of him was that he is loyal to the T. He cares about his friends, and the ones that are on his side, he'll do anything for them, no matter the cost. But outside of that, playing his character was just not a fun experience. He did so many things throughout the story that were so extreme. Like in one of the first missions with him, he offs a woman's boyfriend. This was just an unnecessary occurrence that I didn't enjoy very much. He always messed up missions and came up with stupid ideas that got the crew in more trouble than they were already in. So he wore his heart on his sleeve and was just way too much of a loose cannon for me. I found myself trying to rush to stop doing his missions with him because he just wasn't fun. I mean, I know some people might like him, but I just prefer the more down-to-earth sides of Franklin and Michael. Maybe in a later video, I can go more in depth to why I just didn't like Trevor. But as I said, the only good quality about him was his loyalty. He also did have some fun solo missions, but outside of those two things, there just isn't much positive to say. So number 2 is Michael. I actually liked Michael. I enjoyed playing his character for the most part. His family is another story. But Michael, I think, is a pretty likable character as far as playing a criminal can go. His biggest flaw is that he is a pretty selfish character. He always puts himself first and will even turn on his friends if he has to. But luckily, he doesn't really have to in this story. The faking his death and hiding from Trevor is probably the only major negative about his character. But who can blame him from hiding from Trevor? I mean, right? Covering up Brad's death is where his character takes a major hit, even though it's understandable to save his own skin. But he is the mastermind in the story, in my opinion. He's the glue out of all the characters to me. Without him, none of the fun heists you get to play through would have happened. Lester's missions wouldn't have been a thing. Franklin wouldn't have had a mentor to look up to that turned him into the best protagonist by the end of the story. So Michael overall is a great character and well deserving of the number 2 spot. His family does bring him down a little bit. His son and daughter are pretty terrible, and so is his wife. And the missions where you have to save them are some of the least appealing in my opinion. But every game has filler missions. I just wish there weren't like 5 of them surrounding his family. Because his wife and kids' personalities definitely had to have been designed to be absolute cringe. A daughter that for whatever reason wants to flaunt her body all over Los Santos. And a lazy son that would actually drug his dad. That's the definition of a horrible human. And his wife, just a cheating machine that seems to want to get with any guy that gives her attention. But overall, Michael himself is a fun and in-depth character, with his only flaws being things from the past that I feel by the end of the story he redeemed himself for, and just being part of a family that is super annoying. Number 1 is Franklin. I feel like it's easy to like Franklin. He's an up-and-coming street hustler from the poorest parts of Los Santos trying to come up. Franklin, I don't feel like stands out that much on his own. He's just a more enjoyable character to play than the other 2. I found the only thing that really annoyed me about his character was how he yelled out names during missions. So just a small critique. I guess the other thing would be how when Lamar asked for money, he gave him a few dollars instead of really helping his friend out when he knew he needed the money. But overall, Franklin was a character with few drawbacks. He had some of the best hair customization, so you could really make him look the way you wanted to. Franklin, also, if you picked the right mission at the end, showed his loyalty by not trying to off one of his friends. I know some other people may have picked the kill mission, but I assume most didn't on their first playthrough. He also doesn't have a lot of backstory on him, and a lot of others do. So Michael ditching his friends and faking his death, in my opinion, makes him less likable than Franklin. And Trevor basically being insane makes him less appealing than Franklin as well. Franklin's just likable. No past drama or trauma. His missions are fun and mostly are just him doing heists and other stuff and some things in his neighborhood. He doesn't have anything that's really questionable about his character, which makes him my number one of the 3 protagonists. That being said, I don't know if any of these characters could have been the only protagonist. All of them together make the game what it is today. You get 3 totally different characters that play off of each other pretty well. So if you like the video, please like and share and subscribe to my channel. I love this game and I'm ready to cover news, online, and more story content like this about GTA. Thank you and take care.